St. Louis got here easily, knocking off Lelehua 76-57. Kahuku, a little bit of a longer route, took care of the OA runner-up in Mililani, the opening round on Monday. Then, after Baldwin had a little bit of an early lead throughout the third quarter, came back, won that one 56-49. And so, for just the third time, we get the Crusaders and the Red Raiders in the HHSAA tournament, the winner to take on Punahou by virtue of their three-point win earlier today. Coach Dean Shimamoto, Jimmy Bender's over there, the Hall of Famer Tom Yoshida with us as well, and I'm Felipe Ojastro. Well, the storylines are set pretty much right now, right? St. Louis winning his program really in the last 4 years of the state tournament, taking on the lowest seed to get this far since Moanalua did it as a 6th seed representing the OIA a few years ago. So what are your expectations here tonight between Kahuku and St. Louis?
Well, we talked about the paths that these teams have taken, and St. Louis is coming off those state championships in a row, and they made this run through the ILH, incredibly tough league, but went through undefeated. And they're here in the finals almost as they expected they would and everyone else expected they would. Kahuku, as you said, took that roundabout route, tough games, just to be able to make the state tournament, 5th place in the OIA, and battled through. So they're both battle-tested, they're both experienced for different reasons. So we're going to see tonight which path was a little better.
Kahuku had their season opening loss against Kailua, then they lost to Mililani in the OIA tournament. But the guard play and the stability scoring-wise stayed consistent throughout the highs and the lows with this program, which includes Ronan Naihe, who's been just putting on a fabulous performance in his second year of varsity ball.
He just has so much versatility. He has the ability to score on 3 levels, knock down the 3, get to the mid-range, finish at the rim. And now he's been playing a lot better defense here in his sophomore season. So he seems like a seasoned veteran, but he's still a pretty young player. Well, Coach Kahana saying that might play to their advantage because they don't know any better. They're going to come out and compete. They just want to win. They don't care who they're playing against and what the expectations are. They're coming after it.
And use the word expectations. When you're St. Louis and you're the 3-time defending state champs, there's expectations, there's anticipation, and there's new standards that are being set. And so much has been talked about Pupu Sepulona, and understandably so. But really the guys that help make this machine hum is the guy wearing number 1, in Kalen Fernando.
He is such a dynamic guard, and you could see it a little bit last year where he's able to get shots off, get to the rim with those quick bursts and the elevation. But this year he's playing with a ton more maturity, just making better decisions continually, making the right pass if that's the best option. But he can still go out and get a bucket. You see that 15 points per game, 2nd leading scorer on the team. And he's won some games for this team, even in close moments. But to have a player like him alongside Shanton Revelto, I mean, that's a backcourt that's as tough as they come.
Including 22 points against Punahou in the ILH championship game. Time now for Jimmy Bender. Here's the New City Nissan Court Report. Jimmy.
Hey guys, we can smell what the concession stand is cooking. What about what the coaches are cooking up to get to that championship game tomorrow night? On the Kahuku side, Brandon Akana saying, well, St. Louis has a great inside game. They got a great outside game. We got to pick our poison, and the poison he picks is for St. Louis to beat them from downtown. Meanwhile, on the Crusaders side, Dan Hale saying, don't be fooled. This Kahuku team has some great shooters, so we need to stop them from shooting, and we need to rebound and not give up any second chance opportunities. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Punahou awaits the winner. Will we get a rematch of the 2018 final or rematch of the 2024 final? Big Red and the Brotherhood collide for a spot in the championship game. And the tip-off coming up next here on Spectrum OC16.
This Spectrum.
That's my bad boy.
HHSAA tournament between these two. St. Louis, on average, head-to-head, has defeated Kahuku by 13 points. Back here at Student Council Gym, we get ready and recovering from a pretty good Division I semifinal between Punahou and University Laboratory. Punahou won that one by 3. There you see Brandon Akana. Hard to believe already a decade-long tenure with this program. Took the team to a state title about 8 years ago. Swinging the zippy starting lineups here for the OIA 5 seed, the 5th place team. Lowest seed to get this far since Moanalua did a couple years ago. Ronan Naihe has been awesome. 3rd in the state in scoring 18.9 points per game. Then Rivers Evans back into this Kahuku lineup with Benson Good, Tiki Aquino Watson, maybe the most experienced on this varsity team. Year 3 for him. And Cassius Daly, a stellar sharpshooter. 25 threes this year. He's one of 4 guys with more than 20 threes for the team. Against the St. Louis defensive squad, that has been great. Pupu Sepulona, last year's ILH Player of the Year. Kalen Fernando, Shanson Revelto, and Keanu Meacham. Give those guys every award that they want or need because they've been awesome, along with Stone Kanoa. They round out the 5 here for 6-year head coach Dan Hale. Pupu Sepulona. Hawaii, soak it in while you can because potentially you're going to see him 2 more games max if they're able to win tonight and get to tomorrow's championship game. One of the best in Hawaii high school history. Big shout out to our friends at Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy providers for Spectrum OC 16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Ryan at Mike's Engraving and Trophies. They're located in Aiea. That's where we will be tomorrow night with Game Day Hawaii delivered by Pizza Hut for the HHSAA Division II and Division I state championships. Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Always fun for that to be the finish line. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to go there. It'll be our first time since 2023 where St. Louis won their 2nd at the time of a back-to-back state championship run. Campbell had a magical season that year. St. Louis has won the last 10 HHSAA tournament games. Kahuku trying to get to the final for the first time since 2018, and we are underway. After Aquino Watson swats it out, it'll be St. Louis ball 4 seconds in.
We're used to seeing these two teams on the football field.
Yeah, shoulder
right?
pads, helmets.
Yeah. And it usually carries over to their basketball teams. In the past, St. Louis basketball, Kahuku basketball took that football mentality, just that aggression and physicality. Now these are hoopers. These are basketball players out here on the floor.
There's only 3 total football players combined for these programs. Here's one of them, Sepulona. Off in his first shot. Picks it up and he gets fouled. He picked up about 20 pounds, maybe 25 pounds when he's playing football. He's lost some of that weight because of all the running and the hard work that he's been doing. And he'll go to the line after the foul on Rivers Evans at first.
Sat out nearly the entire preseason and came on at the start of the actual season where he started getting minutes, so he kind of worked his way in, and he was coming off the bench, which is a scary thing, right? I mean, the player of the year and just so effective. Now with that strength, he's starting to get into this basketball shape with this frame and so strong underneath.
Look how tiny that number is. It's the smallest 35 on the front of his chest there. That guy's a tank, and he is an amazing athlete. Splits the pair. Here comes Tiki Aquino Watson. Perimeter shooting has been better here for Kahuku. Second half of the season. Aquino Watson going to be guarded by Sepulona. Daly swings, Aquino Watson. Off on his first 3. Evans tries to fly for the rebound. And this one blasted off Fernando and comes out to Meacham. Meacham hits the gas pedal to Pupu. Got fouled by Aquino Watson, who thought he had a clean block. And Pupu will go to the line for 2.
St. Louis, they don't play a fast style of basketball, but when they grab the rebound, they are out and running in transition. Last night, they got off to a really quick start. They scored on 11 of their first 12 possessions there in the first quarter.
There's a discussion here because Dan Hale wants the basket to count. He thought it was a goaltend in the process. Looking at it live, it was tough to see if that ball hit the backboard first. Will Puchalski and Safri Silva had a chat and ultimately says no basket, and so it's 2 free throws rather than 1. And of course, the game officiated here tonight by Safri Silva, Will Puchalski, and Kas Kasparovich. At the line, Sepulona, who's 52% this season. 75% tonight, 3 of 4.
Kahuku offensively trying to spread them out. Go 5 out, get some opportunities on the inside, driving to the basket, get that ball moving, looking for the drive and kick opportunities.
Akino Watson kept his dribble. Who's going to free up? Daly there, screen from Gu. Daly, kick, Evans, swing. Akino Watson. He's strong, rebound here from Meacham.
St. Louis always just plays that defense where they sit back, almost like a pack, not overextending, stay in front of the offensive player and just make every shot difficult.
Rovelto here to Fernando. Fernando coming off 11 points and 6 rebounds against Lelehua. The back tap came out. It was batted around and Benson Gu ended up with the ball. No, EA hasn't taken a shot yet until now, and he draws a foul on Pupu Sepulona. That's his first, and it comes to the 5:57 mark, and EA will come to the line.
Pupu looking for a little transition of their own. Naihe wasn't able to get touches through the first half-court possessions, but this time in transition, caught it wide on the wing and had the opportunity to go straight to the hole.
Ronan Naihe, the brother of Aiken Naihe, who came through this Kahuku program, a grad about 4 years ago. Third in the state in scoring, and he's at 76% at the line. And he's a perfect 5 of 5 in the tournament thus far. Those loyal Kahuku fans, you'll hear them all throughout the night. Their passion, they feel like, hey, you know, we don't care who the opponent is. They always feel like they're the underdogs. And here for Kahuku. And we get the first 2 on the board thanks to Naihe.
Looking for those opportunities to run and get away from that pack defense. They always seem to be in the middle of the paint with the Crusaders, so getting out in transition will open up that lanes for Kahukus, and to get there, to shoot it or drive or kick it.
Meacham travel, gonna go the other way. And for Kahuku, averaging 65 points per game this year. Winners of their last 4 games, including a road win against Mililani, the OA runners-up on Monday. They helped vault them forward after a tough loss in the OA tournament and a loss to the aforementioned Mililani. Kahuku's been battling back since. Good pick there from Rovelto. Quick hands. Kanoa. Is strong. Through the rebound.
Naihe won't get a block in the column, but he clearly affected that shot with his length and avoided the foul.
Daly against Fernando. Daly. Oh, Daly and the putback from Naihe.
Daly just stayed persistent, and Fernando did an incredible job of staying in front the entire time through all the pivots. Nearly got to go, and then the offensive board by Naihe, just staying active.
Rovelto. Well, Pupu's got all 3 here for St. Louis. Naihe's got all 4 for Kahuku so far. St. Louis staying patient. Pupu short on the shot against Evans. Evans did a good job cleanly to get that block. Daly, good find. Akino Watson, blocked by Fernando. What a turnaround there for Kalen. Fernando to get the denial. Threading the needle, Rovelto. Fernando to the line. Wow, what a sequence.
You said it. To trail and get that block. You see Naihe going after that offensive rebound off the defense by Fernando, forcing the miss. And look at this pass. Look at this pass. He wasn't there yet.
Oh my gosh.
He just threw it to a window, reading the speed of Fernando. Man, this team just knows where each other is going to be at all times.
Noah Feng is in. Fernando this year at the line, 65%. Averaging 11 a game. First trip to the line of the tournament. A tough one there for Fernando. It's poked by Kanoa. It's going to stay Kahuku ball. Kahuku had a Pretty good run to start off the season. Starting in game 2. Rallied off a bunch of wins, 9 in a row. Ended up having a tough matchup against Mililani, as we mentioned, ended up as a 2 seed from the East. And here they are in their 35th HHSAA state tournament. They're 5 and 8 in the semifinal round. 5 to shoot, gotta put it up. Gu, kick, Na'ihe. Meacham with a leaping rebound. Rovelto slows it down for Kanoa. Rovelto, 4 years in this varsity team, along with Pupu Sepulona. Fernando finds Sepulona, not a lot of space, but he works with it, and Pupu puts in the 2.
He is so physical underneath. We said Kahuku, again, such a great football program, but just one football player here on this roster. And the difference in the strength underneath for Pupu Sepulona really making the difference.
And typically they would have like 5 or 8 guys for the football team. We have 2 guys that went down. Meacham went down, Akina Watson went down. It's gonna go against Kanoa for St. Louis to pick up the personal. It's his first. Utah getting a good one on the gridiron, but on the floor, St. Louis has had a great one the last 4 years.
How deep?
Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go. The Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports, news, and weather that matter most to you. Download it now. It's on the App Store or Google Play. Softball, ladies. About a dozen days to the start of the OIA season. And we'll be there a lot coming up in March and April. They're McKinley Tiger Softball Stadium. Can't wait to get the Diamond Sports going. Pupu Sepulona was trying to win by the end of this week a 6 total state championship. 4 in basketball if he wins it. Then the 1 in boys volleyball. And then the 1 in football. Inside a foul, and the bucket goes here for Benson Gu.
And that's in 6-team sports. Right? It's not like the Michael Phelps situation in swimming where you win all these gold medals individually. I mean, these are team sports. Great finish there by Gu. Not known as a scorer, but had that opportunity inside, went up strong, and got the finish.
Only had 2 points yesterday against Baldwin. Ends up shortening that shot. And Kahuku out to a 6-5 lead. St. Louis just 1 of 6 from the field here to begin. But they've had slow starts. We saw it against Kamehameha at the beginning of the season. Then they just dominate in quarters 2, 3, and 4. A lot of coaches have said, you know, we just got to win the quarter, survive the threat. Blocked there by Daly. That play from Cassius Daly sends it up, and away.
Good job by Daly. You look at him and you see his small stature, but that is a fighter out there.
3 to shoot. They don't know it yet. Rovelto. No, and it comes out to Akina Watson. Here's Daly. Second year on the varsity team as his brother Justice Daly is on the bench. Those two have been great so far this season. Daly. In and out, the tip from Gu. Aquino Watson the cleanup. His first field goal.
Give a lot of credit to Gu just being in the right place, right time, fighting for that tip and touch, and gave Aquino Watson the opportunity to get the other putback uncontested.
St. Louis now 1 for 8. Meacham will try and change it, and he does. Keanu Meacham, just his 5th hit this season above the arc, with a junior averaging 9 a game.
Through the preseason, early part of the season, Meacham was the guy. I mean, he continually knocked down those mid-range jumpers, knocked down shots, find offense. And, you know, he's been quiet, but it's been fine. And he still has the opportunity to do that, which is always scary.
Oh, what a mood again. Meacham up in the air, and Noah Fainga comes in. He's only averaging a point a game in the tournament.
Where did Fainga come from? That was a great move. Incredible footwork.
Looks like he went the other way to get that too. And Kahuku back on top here. Working a little high low to Pupu Sepulona. The trees are there, and he just cuts them all down. Sepulona's got 7 of the St. Louis 10.
The goal is to limit that touch, because once he gets it that deep, you are not stopping him without fouling him or him scoring. And it's just, he's just so physical.
Dino Watson, on a 10-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Daly tries to get by Fernando, nothing's there. Daly, Fernando hits it. Aquino Watson, 6 to shoot from 15. No good. Oh, rebound there for Fainga, who gets fouled with 11.6 remaining. This foul's gonna go, I think, on Meacham. It is, it's his second. Fernando tried to lobby and said it was on him, knowing that Meacham already had one earlier. And so Meacham picks up 2 here in this opening quarter.
Red Raiders seeing a lot of success on the offensive glass. Aquino Watson getting that putback after Gu, and Fainga on the inside getting his opportunities. And kind of unexpected, right? I mean, this is a perimeter-oriented team, at least offensively, for Kahuku with Naihe, Daly, and Aquino Watson. But yet it's the big guys that kind of been keeping them in this game and in striking distance.
Bailey in, Fainga in and out. Leaping rebound to Nuha. Fernando got 5 to work with here in the quarter. Rovelto. Strip there. What a job from Cassius Daly. It's a defensive stand to jumpstart Kahuku. And the Red Raiders will take a 1-point lead to the second.
drama ahead for the last 4 teams standing. Who can survive the pressure and cement their legacy? It's the Heidi and Cook Boys Basketball State Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, coming up, we have the Division II and Division I championships. On Spectrum OC 16, it's tomorrow. You see the football team, part of the JV squad. Congratulations, boys. Won a JV championship. Yeah, Mountain Dew, hit them up. And you know what? You know what would be a perfect flavor? Mountain Dew Code Red. That's like the perfect sponsorship for that guy.
That works.
Wheeler, shout out. Begin the second quarter. St. Louis shot 30% in the first, 3 of 10. Kahuku 4 of 11, 36%. Binga got everyone fighting on the shot, but he couldn't finish it at the rim, and the rebound comes out to Nainoa Lopes, who's on the floor here. No Sepulona here to begin the second. Stripped away and is going to stay on this side.
There's Finga again. Pump fake, left-handed drive with the spin. Nearly got that to go up and under. 2 great shots, great footwork.
Again, typically not in for scoring. More of a defensive presence in the paint to get deflections, and scrap around, and keep possessions alive. And getting to the line, making an impact. Bailey, Nanuha, Fernando, Revelto, and Lopes. Revelto offline on the 3, and leaping rebound for Naihe, who had it stripped by Bailey. Bailey comes back up and gets denied, I think, by Naihe, and then again by Fainga. Wow.
The thing about St. Louis, those are great plays defensively by Kahuku, and they're just completely unfazed.
Lopes going to get caught for the foul away from the ball. Going to go the other way. And Kahuku saying, excuse me, this area is for employees only.
Naihe, then Fainga. Clean blocks, too.
Wow. Katina Watson with Fainga on the floor, and Benson Gu, Ronan Naihe, and Cassius Daly. Watson at the bottom of the backboard, lands hard, ends up being deflected off of Lopes. Great challenge defensively, and he'll stay on this side. Lopes, the quarterback of the St. Louis football team.
Bouncy guy. A really great athlete. You see him time it well, using that frame, that athleticism, get the block.
Naihe, foul from behind, looked like Fernando got him. He did. Fernando picks up his first. Sorry, the second in the quarter here for St. Louis. Got him on the arm. Good call. Binga, another shot fake. Oh my goodness. A little short. And underneath there is Benson Gu. Noah drawing all the attention here, and Kahuku's up 3.
Kahuku winning that battle. The second chance point, 7-1. Unexpectedly different scores for Kahuku. A great effort by the bigs.
And they had 11 second chance points the entirety of the game yesterday against Baldwin. Revelto gonna get things back on track. They're staying very, very patient, much like have they been all season. But now they're running out. Late clock here. 4 to shoot. Revelto sees it. He knows it. The senior steps in and he draws a foul. With 1 second on the shot clock. This one's going to go against Gu.
Here on the other side, Fainga going to that same move, that reverse pivot. Everyone kind of got caught watching, and Gu cleaned up the rebound and got the bucket.
Here's Fernando. Bailey, the bottom of the backboard. Naihe comes out of the pile with it. Here's Daly. Daly, no points yet, just 0 of 2. Naihe, how did he get through that? Dino Watson found some space, and he found Benson Gu. Everyone blitzing after Akina Watson, and Gu is there.
There they are again. Benson Gunofing accounting for 9 points here of Kahuku's 15.
Lopes, air ball to 3. Nanuha, Watson's there. Aquino Watson with options. Oh, great job, Fernando, but he lost it. And he'll stay on this side. Not even Gugan can get rid of Benson.
Aquino Watson just makes that drive, draws the defender enough to drop it off. And Gu finishes on the backside. And don't discount what they're also doing on the defensive end. Corey Bailey in for Pupu Sepulona, but Corey Bailey got a lot of great minutes in the preseason while Pupu Sepulona was out, and a very capable scorer there inside.
Now Ihe. On the shot, Revelto gets fouled there by Fainga. That's his first. And Sepulona and Kanoa back on the floor here. After seeing the physicality and the really scrum that's been going on inside the paint.
This is where St. Louis has been so good all season. They have the ability to sub guys in, sub guys out, leave them in for regular stretches, and they don't panic. They don't say, hey, we got to get Pupu back into the game sooner because we're not scoring. They give them their full rest and let them come back into the game when he's ready to go and just do that the entire game.
How do you counter that? You put a linebacker DB, Malaki Soliaitui, for Kahuku on Sepulona. Sepulona traveled. Well, I'm going to call him foul first here. Shuffling around. Pachalski had the better angle. Everyone Faingo picks up 2 now within the last 30 seconds. Nanuha, in and out. Fernando, rebound. Fernando, in and out. To the line he goes.
St. Louis has so many athletes all over the floor. And players like Fernando, Stone Kanoa, Nanuha, Meacham, they may not be considered bigs, but they're long, they're athletic. They can go up and grab rebounds with the best of them. And you have to account for everybody, even after the shot goes up.
Look at all that moisture on the floor there. It is humid, which is, you know, helping contribute to a lot of the sweating here. We can't get floor wipers in the state tournament here?
I believe there's going to be floor wipers tomorrow.
Of course, everyone's going to do it at UH, right? We can't do it at McKinley. McKinley's been great hosts. We'll find some guys here. Toronto back at the line. Found success, a lot of it through the club level. And up tempo. Was such a quiet confidence about him. Nanuha chased it down, but he threw it right to Daly. And Daly gets fouled here, so that's the 3rd in the quarter. Yeah, it's going to go on Fernando to pick up his 2nd. Keno Watson. Daniel is open. He's on the floor with 2 fouls here in the 2nd quarter. Keno Watson. Good job from Revelto to stay put. Daly, mental mindset, a lot more tougher this year. Showing off the Jets and fighting through contact to get to the hoop.
Fernando there with the 2 fouls couldn't afford to stay in front and risk the potential block.
Revelto got his finger jammed. He's been shaking that right hand the last couple trips. Foul here on Aquino Watson. He picks up his 2nd. On the reach in there by Revelto. Might have jammed his finger. Daly makes him pay. Kahuku's up 6 here in the 2nd.
VD.
Utah State continues their road series at Les Marconi Stadium against the Basebos. We continue our coverage with that. Inspection Sports tomorrow with game on at 6 o'clock. They, thankfully, for our hardworking crew on the Inspection Sports side, just got the game started. They're midway through the first in a scoreless game so far, the first of that series. There was someone in a valued member of the Kahuku community that said, you know what makes Kahuku special? You could put them in like an empty room and they'll make a party out of it somehow. You'll make it fun.
Absolutely. And there could be like 8 people there, but it's going to sound like 150.
17-11 here. Fernando at the line after Akina Watson picked up his second foul. Surprise so far?
Yeah, a little bit. Usually St. Louis kind of finds a way to a couple more buckets, but give credit to Kahuku. They've just been staying sound defensively, almost as though they're St. Louis, right? They sit back, they stay in their zone, they've been getting blocks at the rim and cleaning up rebounds and finding ways to get enough buckets to keep this lead.
Jovi Lefotu and Lili Wahinikapu's brother, Zion Fotu, is in the game. The 6'1" freshman wearing number 3 here for St. Louis. Fotu 7 of 18 so far, shooting the ball. Daly, 3 times off the 10, rebound Kanoa. Here's Nanuha. A couple of offers for football. Cepolona, the Utah football commit against Soliai Tui. Lopes fakes a 3, takes a 2. Kind of darted one like he was playing darts. It hit the front of the rim.
That was a successful defensive position, but that's because they're able to push Cepolona off the block.
Oh my goodness, he is fading away. Not the ideal shot here, but he can elevate but couldn't can it. Lefotu, Kanoa, Cepolona, Nanuha, and Lopes on the floor here for St. Louis. Cepolona against Soliai Tui. Traveled. Yes, he did. Brandon Akana called that.
So important for young basketball players to understand. It's making him catch it 3 or 4 feet off the block is so much better than having him catch it under the basket. So the work begins when the ball crosses half court, not when he touches the ball.
So if you're Pupu, then you're running down the middle of the lane to establish that spot?
You're trying to, or you're going to get it off of the movement that they execute. And usually they do such a good job when he goes block to block, he's able to catch a little deeper if they swing the ball a few more times. And that's why St. Louis has been so good. They've been patient enough to wait for that opportunity.
4-point lead. Intercepted. Great job from Nanuha. Inside of 2 minutes in a low score. This is a football score we got going on here in the Division I basketball semifinals.
These teams have both been really good defensively, and what you're seeing St. Louis do, I know they don't put a ton of pressure, don't get a ton of steals, but they do a great job of switching and staying in front.
Justice Daly, the brother of Cassius Daly, who has the ball now, able to get the steal, and Cassius draws a foul on Zion Lefotu. Both teams here in near bonus situation. St. Louis for sure. That's the last one to give here for St. Louis. 91 seconds to go.
St. Louis has got to be aware of Justice Daly coming off a hot shooting night, knocking down 5 threes and a couple of big ones last night against Baldwin.
Nothing open underneath. Justice Daly, a freshman here for Kahuku. Jordan Naihe, the sophomore. Poked there by Nanuha. 10 to shoot. Someone's got to put it up. Cassius wants it against Cepolona. Cassius splitting doubles, got to the cup. No good. Bailey the rebound. Good stop there from St. Louis. Lefotu, the freshman twice up. Soliai Tui the rebound. How about controlling the game? It was kind of slow down the tempo and eliminating all these fast break opportunities and threats that St. Louis typically gets this deep into a game. But right now, with 15 to shoot, Cassius Daly. Daly trying to give up to his brother. 2 to shoot, got to put it up. Naihe, no. Great defense there for St. Louis. And a wasted possession for the Red Raiders.
It's one of those where, yes, they didn't get a quality shot off, or not even a shot off at all with the shot clock violation, but they ran off 35 seconds. They gave them 14. They have the opportunity to get back and play defense, so it didn't hurt them so badly other than the chance not to score, but they got back.
But all that is gone if they score here.
Right? Well, it's a better chance, though.
Right, yeah.
If it was a long miss and they get a run out, then it's an easier opportunity.
Bailey off on the three, and that takes us to the half. You got lucky there, sir. I saw you, and I saw your face. If that went in, it'd be a much different story. What a game. Football score here in the semifinals, 17-13, Kahuku.
Can grapple their way to glory. It's the Texaco State Wrestling Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, when St. Louis knocked off Kahuku on the football field, the score is 17-10. A 17-13 Kahuku score here in the Division I semifinal matchup. And for Kahuku, I mean, when you get offensive rebounds, it creates second chance opportunities. They have 5 offensive rebounds and 7 second chance points, and that's 7 of the 17 that they have so far.
Yeah, they've been doing such a great job in the paint, attacking the glass, finding ways to the rim, and it's been the unsuspecting guys, not the guys that we thought that would get it on the perimeter. It's been Feinga, it's been Gu, Naihe has been working hard for offensive boards. We're usually seeing threes by Daly, or we're seeing jumpers by Naihe, but we're just getting a little difference from Kahuku, but it's really been their defense. I mean, just sound, getting back, nothing easy, and doing a great job protecting the rim and grabbing rebounds.
St. Louis shot 63% yesterday from the field, the entirety of the game against Lelehua. There's 3 of 19, 16% already. How much of that is that defense, and how much of it is just St. Louis just not making shots here?
Well, I don't think they had a ton of easy opportunities. Everything was contested. We saw a couple of blocked shots out there. Kuku's doing a good job of getting back in transition. So if they were missing the easy ones, then I would say maybe it's poor shooting, but I'm going to credit the defense.
They're 6 of 10 at the line. That's about half the points that they've scored so far in the game. And it's a 4-point lead here for Kahuku. Will we see an upset here, halfway home to potentially just that, or can St. Louis turn it on in quarters 3 and 4 and meet Puno in tomorrow night's Division I championship?
Papa. for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Back here on Pensacola Street in the campus of McKinley High School. It's a 17-13 lead here for Kahuku as the Red Raider defense was one of the best in the OIA. They held their opponents to about 41 points per game, has held the three-time defending state champs to 13. And the question was, could they be as physical as St. Louis as they overpowered everybody in the ILH? So far, so good here.
Yeah, they've done a great job of attacking the glass, just making things difficult on the defensive end and finding their ways to buckets. See those blocks, just consistently staying in front, getting a hand up whether it forces a miss or you got an extra block. But here we see it, pushing them off the block and then converging. Three bodies nearly trying to guard Cepolona, forcing to travel. And their job every time down is just to make it difficult.
How do you gauge how St. Louis has played defensively here tonight?
Well, they've done an all right job. I mean, they gave up 17 points. They're just used to having more than 13. It's those second chance opportunities that seem to be more obvious now that they've got them because they haven't been able to get buckets themselves.
And here for St. Louis with 9 rebounds when it was tight through the first half of the second quarter. But since then, have a 1 rebound advantage, 18-17 here, but just 16% at the line. That number's got to go way up if they want to win here tonight.
Yeah, that is amazing. I haven't seen St. Louis shoot that percentage the entire time, and credit to Kahuku. The worry, though, is St. Louis, no matter what the score was, high score, low score, they are the best finishing team in the state. And in the last 5 minutes of the game, 4 minutes, they just find a way to turn it up because they're used to playing that championship basketball.
And so, what we will see in the second half, who knows at this point. The storylines abound between these two prideful programs, trying to survive and advance and move one step closer to the state championship. Back in a moment.
Beatty on the beat.
Kahuku to do that, that's still a concern for him. The other thing he noticed is Pupu Cepolona is being triple guarded most of the time. He said, we're going to need other dudes to step up if we want to get this win tonight. Felipe Dean, back to you.
There's some other coaches that explain when you play a team like St. Louis is that St. Louis is the ocean and your team is a boat. And sometimes there's a leak in the boat, and once you cover one hole, another one kind of pops up, and it just comes at you in waves, and before you know it, they just grind you out and your boat has sunk. Right now, the rising tides here for St. Louis has benefited the last 3 years with all the players that have been involved. Iva Arquette help kind of kick off that magical current three-peat run. Shanson Revelto, right? Shanson's brother has been a part of this program. Then Pupu Cepolona. Remember, Pupu that freshman year didn't get a ton of playing time because Iva Arquette ended up being like the player of the year. But he learned a lot from the guys ahead of him, and now he set the example for other future St. Louis basketball players to kind of emulate and aspire to be when they hit the varsity level.
That's the same thing with Shansi Revelto. I mean, he's been the floor general for the last 3 years into this season, and he has that whole hand taped, and you're going to see how that affects him. Right hand as well.
Yeah, you see the ring fingers there. Got him jammed up a little bit. Sepulona on the baseline. Short. Came out into Rivers Evans' hands. Evans had to sit out majority of that second quarter because of 2 fouls. Now he's back. Daly hanging, can't hit. Meacham the rebound, and Meacham got fouled by Benson Gu on the landing, looked like. He did. He picks up his second.
St. Louis didn't play a good first half, but I can guarantee you there was not a lot of panic going on there in the halftime huddle. This team has faced adversity. They've been through championship moments, and that's why they are a championship team. So they know how to stay composed. They know what they need to go to and just continue to work, do what they do.
3 of their 14 wins have been decided by 3 points or less this season. Playing a tight one against Mid-Pacific, where Mid-Pacific almost won at the buzzer. Fernando got fouled on a reach-in the act. It's going to go on Aquino Watson. That's big. That's his 3rd now.
Defenders really collapsing down on Hugo Sepulona, so Kalen Fernando forcing the action, getting into the paint. If a big steps up, he can drop it off. If a guard steps in, he can kick it out. But that's the place that you want to be, and understanding that and being on the same page as the coach is so important for one of these teams that are just looking for championships.
1 of 2 there for Fernando. Aquino Watson is going to stay on the floor. Just 2 points and 1 of 6 on the floor here tonight for Kahuku. Aquino Watson, All-OIA selection in the East last year. Revelto almost got the steal. Aquino Watson kind of just shimmies his way inside, but he missed the bucket. Sepulona down the middle of the lane, he lost it. And it is a tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor Kahuku.
Red Raiders just got back in transition. It seemed like an opportunity. But found their way back. Aquino Watson just working hard.
Twisted like a pretzel.
Stepped through, nearly got it to fall. Looking for that foul call, didn't get it. Fortunate that his team was able to get the stop because they were playing 1 player down. Aquino Watson stayed down for quite a while.
A whip in there to Benson Gu. 19-14. Benson Gu now. 4 of 4, 8 points to go along with 4 rebounds.
Beautifully executed set by Kahuku. Looking for that under screen. Getting it to Gu for the easy bucket. Watch the double screen coming across. Hard to see it, but that's why Gu is so wide open on that move.
Meacham. Just 3 points. He had a 3 earlier. Sepulona. Oh my goodness. Offensive foul. Cleared off with the arm. He almost sent guys flying.
Just well played by Gu. So smart. Staying on that left side. Hugo Sepulona loves to turn back over the right shoulder and get to that left hand, throw his shoulder in, and then get that contact and go up. And Gu stayed on that right side, and that's stayed on that side, and so difficult to do against a player like Sepulona.
Great call from Kas Kasperovic. Up top, Daly. Got them all for a 3. Kahuku is the best 3-point shooting team in the state. In terms of makes, the 92nd of the year here for the Red Raiders. And out to their largest lead, Fernando. Can't answer back. Out there off of Revelto, and it came out here to Daly. Taking away Revelto. Meacham. Yes. And now a timeout taken by Dan Hale. Cash Daly, his first 3-point make of the tournament.
Running that elevator screen to the top. They executed that under screen to Gu on the inside, and this time coming back with it. to Daly, square it up, able to knock down that three. But St. Louis just staying aggressive defensively, trying to find their way to easy buckets because they haven't gotten many. So maybe that starts a run here for the Crusaders.
See Meacham just yelling at the top of his lungs. 5 points, 5 rebounds already. And Meacham can just flat out ball. There you see him just sitting down right behind that flask. And really shined that freshman season. Valuable minutes for him on the floor. And just attacking the basket. He's been much more aggressive this season. St. Louis currently in their 27th HHSAA tournament. A win here tonight will be win number 68 in that school's history. This is their 21st state semifinal. Trying to get to their 16th final. There's Paca. Of course, we see him a lot over at Commitment at Kapalama's campus. Of course, he helps with us behind the scenes on the Spectrum Sports University of Hawaii side.
And uncle to Stone Kanoa, so here wearing the St. Louis red. He's a warrior, but wearing that Crusader red to support the family.
He might get grief at the office, by the way. Just go easy on her. After the St. Louis timeout, Kahuku up 6. Who's going to turn up the intensity? Who's going to keep it going here? Evans. Ravelto with an injured hand and all, forces a turnover. It's off Evans.
Crusaders looking to get it on the defensive end. They had the steal and the bucket. Here getting it in the half court, just adding a little feistiness to their game.
Fernando. Cepolona. They go quicker with the shot because the help side was coming. And then a foul after Kanoa trying to get the putback.
Saw what happened that time. Forced him to turn and go to his right hand. Not as accurate going that way, but aggressive to that offensive rebound. Looked like that foul might have been on the ground, but called it going up, getting the 2 free throws does Kanoa. Just that extra effort. And you saw it a couple of times now on the defensive end and attacking the glass.
If there's an area for Kanoa to improve, it is at the line. He has maximum effort attacking the bucket, works well away from the ball, but he's just 3 of 9 this season.
One of the best defensive players here in the state as well.
There's 1 of 2. An 8-point lead, down to 5. 3 on 2 this side. Keno Watson playing with 3 fouls here for the Red Raiders. Daly. Fernando fronts him. Daly spins. Daly spun it out. Cepolona able to get the rebound. And this one thrown away. Another turnover here for St. Louis.
Cepolona was looking long right away. Just couldn't get it.
St. Louis had 9 turnovers the entire game against Lelehua last night. That turnover tonight, number 9.
you.
Coming up on Saturday, we'll have the Texaco State Wrestling Championships showdown style for the first time in a while. We'll see all of it, and we'll begin our coverage. 4 o'clock, our good buddy Darren Hernandez joins us for wrestling. Emily, one of Hilo's finest. Fixing up our effects mic up there. If you ever hear like the ball switch through the net, that's because of that. And we just, what do? We just duct tape it. Good job, Em. Appreciate you. She's like, okay, we're done. 22-17. Kahuku, 2 of 5 shooting here in the quarter. Evans to Akina Watson. This is just the 3rd time that these teams are meeting in the HHSAA tournament. Evans, Naihe, been a bit quiet here in the quarter. Kept the foot down, 11 to shoot. Daly, a deep 3. No good, and Evans looked like he went to climb the back almost of Revelto. And it looks like this will be on Evans, who has 0 points and now 3 fouls. As Rivers Evans coming back to the program. Of course, his brother Jens Evans, those two were great last year. Their father, an assistant coach at the University of Utah for the basketball program. Cepolona spins and go to the free throw line. But this is on Gu. It's his 4th. It's his 4th. Here with 2:58 to go in the 3rd. What do you do down here?
Nice job of initial defense. Just over pursue to that right side and let him turn back to that stronger left hand.
Cepolona, the lefty. Cepolona has found great strength because of his family. Soli Aitui is in for Gu. Cepolona, who grew up in Kalihi. Slowly chipping away. Kahuku has gone about 3 minutes without a field goal here.
They stayed pretty conservative, trying to run some clock off, but those great opportunities that they got back-to-back, the quick 5 points came off of sets. So we'll see if they go back to another one.
Daly. Tina Watson against Nanuha. Double coming. Soli Aitui. Off on a 3, the back tap keeps it to Daly, who gets it. Fenga back tapped that thing, kept the trip alive, and Daly gets 2 more.
But the contribution by Fenga, just getting that touch. Daly goes straight to the basket. Love that they were able to attack in one of these possessions. They were getting a lot of late clock, long shots. That time something at the rim.
Cepolona banked it off the window, and the soft touch. Tina Watson trying to push pace a little bit here. Circles the wagons now. Tina Watson just 1 of 7. 2 points and 3 fouls. Daly almost had it picked by Fernando. Tina Watson against Revelto and drew a blocking foul on Revelto. Gone with the body. Revelto is his first.
Off of the long shot, Fenga just getting a touch in there over the 2 St. Louis players, allowing Daly to get it, get straight to the rim, easy bucket. And not an easy bucket here by Cepolona. That one-legged runner, off balance, but gets it to go off the glass.
Gonna go the other way, moving screen. It's on Fenga, it's his 3rd.
Said it earlier, St. Louis just chipping away. And it doesn't matter how they get these stops, it does matter that they are getting them. And it doesn't matter if they bank a shot in, it matters that they got the bucket to go. And that's just kind of what they do, just stay sound and find ways.
Team that scored 7 here in the quarter. Still a 4-point game. Final minute here in the third. Fernando attacks. That went off a deflection. It's going to go off of a Crusader.
I think it went off Kanoa.
Yeah.
Fernando tried to dish it off and went off the hand of Kanoa.
Kahuku methodically trying to control the game here. And a timeout taken by Brandon Akana. Be a full. Brandon Akana, who serves as the director of campus life, has overseen residential life for BYU Hawaii. Anytime we've gone to BYU Hawaii for anything, whether it's boys or girls volleyball championships, which has been there the last couple of years, or wrestling, it was there before. I mean, he's been a big part of that. And spent 9 years as an assistant with BYU Hawaii. And they qualified for the NCAA Division II tournament 8 of those 9 years. For the 99 BYU Hawaii grad. And one of, anytime he steps onto Molokai, everybody knows him. One of Molokai's finest. It's good to see that he's still coaching too. Remember, he had his stint over at the University of Hawaii, now he is at Kahuku. And he came during a unique time too, when the Kahuku coaching job was kind of up in the air. He assumed it. Initially, it looked like it was just going to be a transitional job, and then he just kind of hung around, and then they had Samuta Avea, Isaiah Villa, Denham Brook, and a lot of guys that came to that program. Of course, those 3 guys helped leading the team to a state title 8 years ago.
A lot of nightmares for me in this gym, playing against Kahuku in the semifinals against Samuta Avea and Josiah Villa. Daniel Fotu.
Yes. Going to help out Akina Watson. Got it out here to Ihe, and he got bumped out there before he stepped on the end line.
Coach Brandon Akana tried to drop that backdoor for Naie and nearly got it. Great switch there by Shanti Revelto, but got the call for that bump out of bounds.
Couple fouls in the quarter on him now. Daly to Akina Watson. Daly a triple. Short. Rebound Kanoa. Kahuku could have milked out the clock and might have had the final shot of the quarter. Instead, they opt for a 3. And now Kahuku's got to play defense.
You said it exactly right. A missed opportunity. Lance, a chance to take the last shot and not give St. Louis the opportunity to close this lead.
8 to shoot for Revelto. Bailey. Fernando. That one blocked on the side. It's up. Nanua threw it up, and it almost went down. Inga got in there to help partially deflect that. Daly hit a 3. Kahuku led by as many as 8. Will this be the night? Can Kahuku close it out? Off we go to the 4th, and you're watching the HHSAA Division I State Championship Tournament on Spectrum OC 16.
VD.
First on Daly.
Definitely worth it. A smart foul here for Daly. This is an easy bucket for Cepolona. Daly with a hard foul. I mean, and if you don't foul him that hard, it's going to be an and one.
Yeah.
So forcing him to earn it from the free throw line.
How are you going to jump into Pupu and then fly right back off of Pupu? That was wicked. Cepelona's got 12 points. Cepolona 4-6 at the line here tonight. Biggest run on momentum. They're feeling it right now. And remember, Benson Goose playing with 4 fouls. He's the only one in significant foul trouble. Kahuku just hasn't made shots. They're 4 of 14 here in the second half. St. Louis is 5 of 9. They have a 3-point lead. So plenty of time here to go. Daly. Benga. Nua is covered. Nanua takes it away. Yeah, the jammed finger from Revelto, proving that he hasn't really missed the beat. And now Daly gets called for the foul.
Revelto, I mean, how valuable is he on the floor? How tough is he? You can see that he's playing virtually with one hand. Coach Danahill knows what he does on this floor, how he manages the game, chooses to leave him out there. And then the toughness for him, playing through the paint, to be able to knock down that three, get the big assist.
Cepolona to Nanuha. Largest lead for St. Louis.
Nanuha is one of those rotational players, but you forget, like, he is a Division I level athlete. So that last steal that he got, just because of his physicality, and then there on the backside to finish.
Daly put it on the deck, almost lost it. Benga gonna find Naihe. Who's gonna take the shot? Who's gonna make a shot? Not Naihe. Cepolona the rebound. Rebound 4 for him.
That play right there, that's the value of a Stone Kanoa. Giving up inches, but tough, physical, closed out late without fouling, will not go on the stat sheet. But a huge stop, huge defensive play by Kanoa.
Good takeaway. Daly on the deck. Fernando had it. He tried to throw it off. It goes off a Crusader. It went off of Kanoa. Kanoa's still down, and he's hurt. Checking on his left arm. Nanuha extends the lead. They're up 5 here in the fourth.
Rigger Invitational. Rainbow Wahine Softball. Only on Spectrum Sports.
Friday, high drama ahead for the last 4 teams standing. Who can survive the pressure and cement their legacy? It's the Heidi and Cook Boys Basketball State Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
All right, number 4, Stone Kanoa, his great effort all throughout the series. He dives for it, but as he lands, the arm kind of goes the wrong way, and he's immediately pointing at it. Fernando, number 1, was trying to see it, and then he saw the arm, then he quickly ran away. Kanoa, with the air cast put on, there are other angles of that shot, but I mean, that's the best that we can do. It gets pretty bad, just letting all of you know. And so with respect to him and that injury, and of course the family's going to come out there to help support, and ooh, that's tough. And you know, thankfully the athletic trainers immediately were there to support him and comfort him. Kanoa didn't look like he was in any visible pain, look like. I mean, he's that rugged of a guy, but I mean, he stayed calm throughout the entire process. And Keanu Meacham came off the bench to replace him now. That's scary. Yeah,
I mean, tough player and huge loss for them. Again, not a lot of what he does goes in the stat sheet, but his toughness, his ability to play defense and grab rebounds and just do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of been the hallmark of this Crusader team, of why they've been successful. It's not just been the stars, it's been the other guys like Kanoa who played their roles expertly.
So Kahuku trailing by 5. Here with 3:41 to go. The Red Raiders just 4:15 here in the second half. It's been tough to buy a bucket here if you're Big Red. Led by as many as 8. This ball was untouched. Backcourt violation.
Red Raiders looked a little out of sorts, trying to get into some action, but couldn't figure it out. And by the time they caught it, leads to a turnover. So another big stop by the Crusaders.
Revelto, Meacham, Sepulona, Nanuha, and Fernando. Here for St. Louis. Trying to win an 11th consecutive HHSAA tournament game, get to a 4th straight final. Sepulona showing off the handles a little bit here. Fernando. Revelto. Too strong. Sepulona. And it's stripped. Got him too much on the arm. It's on Daly. Daly has picked up his 3rd foul.
Drive by Revelto just drew the bigs to the inside, which left Sepulona there on the backside to grab the offensive rebound. So the action by Shanson just created that second chance opportunity for the Crusaders.
$15 points here for Sepulona. 6th straight double-figure game. Last year, he finished the final 7 games of 2024 in double figures. He turns it on in playoff mode, and he is tough to beat along with this team. The lead has swelled to 7. Daly a whip around. No, Ihe needs it. Short on the 3. Meacham the rebound.
For those who haven't seen St. Louis play, this is what they do.
Yeah.
They get within a certain point toward the end of the game, and no matter what the score is, whether they're up 4, down 4, they just close. And it's not a surprise that they've won so many close games and why they've won so many championships.
They won a 39-35 game earlier this year at DeMarino. At the same time, they put up like 76 points against Lelehua. This ball gets out, it's hit out with a second left. It'll stay here. It's a catch and shoot situation for St. Louis. Or a tip. Fernando will throw it in. It'll be Meacham, who didn't see the clock. A shot clock violation.
Coach Dan Hale telling Caleb Fernandez, you got to throw it toward the basket.
Yeah.
Meacham was going in the wrong direction. Even if he caught it, couldn't have put it up.
You don't have a 1-second shot clock half-court shot play in your playbook there?
I did with Hugh Hoagland.
Oh, okay. Here's Daly. Daly 3 of 12 from the field. 1 of 6 above the arc. There you go. Keno Watson gets one down the ring. 6 for him. Minute 25 remaining.
This needs to be that stretch of stops and scores. Can't afford to give one up here or get a foul.
And you have a foul to give as well. Revelto circles back. Looking for one defensive stop if you're the Red Raiders. Akina Watson guards Revelto. Backdoor there, Nanuha finishes at the rim.
Just trusting the execution. That's a part of their offense, that backdoor.
Foul there on the Crusaders. It'll go against Meacham.
Just staying calm and composed in the biggest moments. Doesn't matter. Could have worked it under a minute, but recognized the opportunity and the trigger man there, right? Shanti Revelto knows where to go with it every time.
It's a 7-point game. We're inside of a minute. Akina Watson short on the 3. Rebound here from Meacham. And now it's a milk out the clock situation. Timeout, Dan Hale. They trailed by as many as 8 in this game, and surely St. Louis fans knew they were going to come back, and they're close to doing just that. With a 35-28 lead, St. Louis has shut the ball lights out. In the first half, they were 16%. They're at 54% here. 54%.
It's one of those things with St. Louis. It kind of reminds me of Remember the Titans, and they're trying to figure out what plays they run. They said, we run veer left, veer right, veer left. They said, it's just like Novocaine, give it time, always works. And that's how St. Louis executes. Just give it enough time. They play their defense, they execute their offense, they continue to get stops, and down the stretch, it's a different story. It just works.
And if they are able to win tonight, this streak can continue. These are the notable HHSAA Division I title streaks, right? Great Doc Mugiishi from 02 to 06 there. St. Louis currently in a second three-peat between 66 and 68. Kohala won back-to-back titles in 23 and 24, along with St. Francis. That streak will end, unfortunately, for Cowboys fans. They ended up falling to Seabury Hall earlier today. Seabury Hall's back in the final for Division II. Congratulations, Scott Prather. They take on Hawaii Preparatory Academy, was in the final for the first time in 11 years. That year in 2014, they won it. They've had a bunch of third place, top 4 finishes. Congratulations out to Kamakani. And we're going to get an all, likely here, private school final for the state championships tomorrow. Bump there after the take from Fernando.
The representatives from 3 islands.
Yes.
Which is always great.
Maui, Hawaii Island, and Oahu.
That's right.
Of course, Kauai ended up getting a high seed, a 2 seed in the Division II tournament, the KIF Division II champs. They do not field a Division I team. Was a 5th foul there on Benson Gu. His efforts were great here tonight, huh?
Yeah, Gu, Fainga just came out and did their job, and more, right? They played great defense. They were grabbing rebounds, finishing on the inside, and it's a tall task to go up against Pupu Sepulona on the inside, and they more than held their own.
Fernando, 8 points here tonight. 7 of them coming at the line. Evans. Look at Nanuha. Nanuha's another guy that gets slept on a lot. Nanuha, remember, this streak almost did not happen last year. Nanuha had the game winner against Marino just to get into the state tournament, the last ILH berth. Then St. Louis goes on that run. Finds a way to win again. All Nanuha does is win. The save to avoid the backcourt violation goes to Revelto. That ball was poked with 10.5 remaining. It's going to be a lot of rehab on the hand, I'm sure, of Revelto. Because what he did after getting his hand jammed up after trying to poke away a pass and a steal. I mean, Revelto's hand has been taped. He's at the line right now, number 12 for St. Louis. Look at that thing. He's part mummy at this point.
Yeah, that's a full wrap, and that's on his strong hand, his shooting hand. But man, he's been so tough his entire career. We talked about Pupu Sepulona being a freshman on that championship team that first year with Iva Arquette, along with his brother, Shanson. And he was there too. And no matter how many minutes he got, he saw what was going on. And
you can see him wincing in pain too. And you can't blame him for shortening that just because of the pain he's dealing with. I know he's going to get some grief, but you can't blame the guy. Hey, you guys aren't playing with an injured hand.
We'll see if he goes lefty here. I think he is.
Yep, you see it. Yep. Ah, he banked it in. Aquino Watson. Ihe blocking foul here with 4.1 to go. Count the bucket. The foul's on Nanuha. A chance for 3 here for Ihe. What is up with that basket and banked free throws, huh? So with Tay Markson for Mililani in the
he saw it work. Yeah. It's magic with the bank.
Kahuku will drop to the 3rd place game. They will take on University Laboratory. And Ihe, 6 points. And now make it 7. Well, Kahuku played their hearts out in a valiant effort this evening. And an upset that came so close, but ultimately winners know how to win. And a chance for a 4th consecutive state championship for St. Louis tomorrow night. Crusaders advance. And not just a chance for a 4th straight title, but a 10th overall. And they did it with a second half performance that was tremendous. 54% shooting in the second half. They were 10 of 14 at the line. And 16 of their 38 points came at the line this evening. So yet again, it's Punahou and St. Louis tomorrow night for the Division I championship.
Hardware Hawaii, your Kailua hardware store.
And Wichita State meet up for a rematch at Les Murakami Stadium. Rainbow Warrior Baseball. Only on Spectrum Sports.
Saturday, we hit the mats with some of the best in the state to find out who can grapple their way to glory. It's the Texaco State Wrestling Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
St. Louis scores 25 in the second half, outscores the Red Raiders 25-14 to overcome a 4-point halftime deficit, and at one point an 8-point deficit to win this one 38-31. The Crusaders have a chance to defend their dynasty and get a fourth consecutive state championship. Winners know how to win. St. Louis found a way to win and did it with precise shooting, strong defense, efficiency at the line. It all came together to the 7-point win.
Yeah, the highest scoring quarter was that fourth quarter, 18 points. They shot 71% in the fourth quarter, knocked down 1 for 1 from 3, knocked down free throws, and as we said, they're the best finishing team in the state. They just know how to close.
And they go to 15-0 on this season, 16-0 in OC 16 tomorrow night, means a 10th total title in St. Louis's basketball program history. Here is the Hawaii Honeydeers Impact Player for the Crusaders with Jimmy.
And once again, Pupu Sepulona getting the Impact Player trophy. And even going to the fourth quarter, you guys are down. But the one thing I notice about you guys, it doesn't seem to be any concern, any worry about it. Why do you guys have that ice in your veins?
I feel like we have this ice in our veins because just the experience we have. Most of our players been here before. You know, we been in this situation before when we're down like 5-6 points, even like 10 points. So, you know, for us, our job was just to keep our composure, play defense, and most importantly in this game, we had to grab offensive and defensive rebounds because they were outworking us in the first half. So it came second half, we just had to change our mindset and finish strong, and that's what we did and got the win.
How much did the conversation on the bench or in the locker room at halftime about the four-peat come into play?
So our assistant coach, Coach Mark, you know, he said, like, for us, we just have to wake up, you know, just get our heads in the game and make sure that, you know, coming into the second half to be better than the first half, and that's what we did. So, you know, our coach gave us that motivation. So when we come next game, from the start, you know, we're going to play another good team like Punahou tomorrow, so we just have to start from the jump, so.
Yeah, we saw some injuries with you guys. Shanson playing through the injury, but obviously Stone, that one looks pretty bad. What do you want to say to your boy Stone?
You know, my boy Stone, I'm praying for you, bro. You know, I believe that you'll be healthy tomorrow, 110%, and, you know, I'm going to continue to keep praying for him, and I know he's a strong person, you know, spiritually, mentally, and physically too. So, you know, I know he's going to be back tomorrow. Yes.
Back at the stand, Sheriff tomorrow. How much fun is it to play in an arena like that?
It's great, you know, all glory to God, you know, being in this position again. You know, without him, we wouldn't have the ability to, you know, come back to the state championship and get this opportunity to get a four-peat. And, you know, it's all God at the end of the day.
Just another chance for a championship for you in another sport. Here we go, guys, back to you.
You run out of words when you talk about Pupu Sepulona at this point, right? I mean, what more can you say about a guy that has left his heart and soul in everything that he does on the football field, on the volleyball court, on the basketball court? And here he is yet again in contribution. The only guy in double figures here tonight for the Crusaders. 16 points and 8 of 10 at the free throw line.
Every time you play St. Louis, you know who you have to stop, and it's going to be Pupu Sepulona. So you have to organize your defense and set it to stop him. But when you try to stop him, they have other players out there. But tonight, the only player in double digits on both teams getting that 16 points. Just incredible effort by him, even though everyone knew it was going to him, and he still found a way.
Meantime, a pretty good season so far here for Kahuku. Yeah, they'll play in the third place game, but they only graduate 3 seniors. 2 of them get significant minutes, and one of them is the Hawaii Honeydeers Impact Player for the Red Raiders on this night. Well, you need some of your glue guys to come up and step up, and this time it was Benson Gu. 8 points, and he was 4-4 from the field.
Yeah, inside, just continued to do work. He wasn't one of those guys trying to force, and for a team that really struggled to find offense, he was one of the guys using his efforts to find his way to the rim, just staying composed, getting finishes, getting offensive putbacks, and keeping Kahuku really in this game for most of it.
Yeah, and congratulations to a solid season for all the 4 semifinal teams, but it's Punahou and St. Louis they meet in the final. Time now for the Taco Bell play of the game. Started with a football score at the break. Fernando rotates it around Sepulona. Look at everybody sharing the basketball. Nanuha inside gets the bucket. He finishes with 4 points and 3 rebounds and a lot of hustle plays this evening.
Yeah, this is one of those plays that was late in the game, and it ended up being a big bucket, a big moment that St. Louis needed to get, and they just executed their offense and found him on the backside.
Somebody just mouthed off to me off camera, a box of destiny. It's not tonight, though. It's coming up tomorrow. We got post-game show coming up tomorrow. Post-game show tonight. We'll reveal the box tomorrow. More on that a little later on. We wrap up our semifinal coverage in just a moment. Hang tight. Post-game show next on Spectrum OC 16.
Of course, you can't do the same things that those other players can do, but you're going to continue to execute, play great defense. You're going to feed Pupu Sepulona. You're going to look to get out. And I think they're going to have to come out with more energy. Pupu Sepulona said it. They came out a little slow.
Yeah.
Right? And didn't really turn it on until the fourth quarter. And they're not going to be able to do that tomorrow night against Punahou.
13 first-half points, fewest points all season through a half worth of play here for the Crusaders. You get sleep on the night before like this too, by the way?
No, you do. I think you're so tired.
Okay, yeah.
Like it's such a stretch. And, you know, even the emotions that are spent during this game, you get tired from that. So you want to get a good night's sleep, maybe wake up and prepare for the next day.
You get more as an announcer or as a coach?
Definitely more as an announcer.
Very nice. I know Jimmy barely sleeps because he's a hard worker. Jimmy, what'd you see, buddy?
Oh, man. Excitement from both games, but I'm telling you, this second game had everybody thinking David was going to take down Goliath. It was just so much fun to watch from the very beginning with this Kahuku squad getting it started off. Ronan Naihe, the sophomore. He's going to be right there, Johnny, on the spot as this bucket will go up. It won't hit. But there he is, the putback. Look at him slashing in there, too. It's not like he was sitting on the block and just waiting for it. He makes his way from one side to the other, puts it up, basket. And I said, just a sophomore. Looking forward to seeing more from him through the years. David continuing to try to slay Goliath. How about the feed right there from Tiki Aquino-Watson? Get it inside to our impact player, Benson Gu. All 6'5" of him going up. But this is how you start the comeback. St. Louis would tie it up. The long bomb from Revolto to Fernando. And Revolto's not a quarterback. And I know Lopes, I'm telling you, man, this guy could take your job. What a pass that was, a deep bomb to his guy to get the bucket.
Oh, without a doubt, Jimmy, you're right about that. And so our brackets are set here for the Division II and Division I championships. On the Division II side, it's Seabury Hall. Congratulations, Scott Prather. They are able to win and knock off Kohala 59-49. We will have a brand new Division II champion. Hawaii Prep takes down the 3 seed in the tournament. The OI champions, IAEA by 10. HPA into the Division II final for the first time in 11 years. Can Seabury Hall finally win that elusive state championship? That's game 1 of our doubleheader tomorrow. Then in game number 2, oh, here we go again. It is St. Louis and Punahou. One season done pretty well here in the recent history of the HHSAA tournament. St. Louis will look to do with what only one other school has done in the history of the HHSAA tournament, and that's win 4 consecutive titles. Iolani did it between 2002 and 2006, 5 total. Those are the stakes. They are high, and it's a perfect fitting and a perfect setting to a finale that is fit for 4 schools looking to make history. That is tomorrow night with Game Day Hawaii delivered by Pizza Hut at 4:45 p.m. We wrap it up here from McKinley in just a moment. 38-31, St. Louis wins it here tonight.